Hello again, we continue where we stopped on the last time. The frequency. So the frequency shows for us the occurrence and the recurrence, how many times the factors that are occur. So the using of frequency is giving us an overview on the number factors that we cannot use for them the descriptive statistics. We use for them the frequency table. The frequency table is used for describing the materials and methods. I usually use these results in describing the materials and methods. So using the variables, you can select the whole list. It's up to you, but it's most likely that it will show for you only the variables with the not numbers, the text variables. So you use it, and even if it shows for you the numbers, they are most likely they are difficult and they are long to interrupt. Interpret these results. This is or these the frequency is more difficult to describe them in your paper in the article you want to right, so it's better to select them only the text where there is text. Maybe if there is four or five numbers, you can select them, yes. But for example, age, there is a huge results will be. So we start, for example, on the first one, the frequency, the first one, the first frequency table. It says it is about the hospitalization date. It is not interesting for us because you see the category that from 14 of January 2016 to 25 of January 2016, there is only one patient, so we cannot describe them separately, each patient separately. So we take only the frequency table where there is the total session base is also there is many categories, so we do not use them. We see here the sex. In case of the gender, the sex, there is only male and female. Yes, it is easy. We can describe them, and it is not taking a huge part in our paper. When we write, describe this data, it maybe take 2-3 lines maximums in the results or the materials and methods. So you say that the female, there is 60 females in our sample, and they are taking about 59% of the whole sample. And the male, they are 41, and the percent is 40% with 0. With 59. So there is no missing data. If there is missing data, you need to take off this missing data. For example, if there is one missing data, you say 60 divided on 100, 100 and multiply by 100, yes, and 41 divided on 100 multiplied by 100, and you will get the percentage. This percentage will be incorrect, and so on for the further frequency table. Here we can see the etiology, the causes. So we can see that the frequency of the gallstones, it is reported in 37 patients. So it is the most frequently and most common reported cause of cholestasis in patients, which occupies approximately 36.63%. So these results, the frequency is interesting, giving us some interesting results. And here also there is no missing data. You have to carefully insert your primary data in the Excel, so you can avoid such issues, the missing data. Usually when I insert data into Excel, I do not leave spaces I do not leave a free spaces. I follow them with maybe no I write, or maybe um, unclear etiology or unknown etiology. So it will be for you more easy to describe later. You do not need to work by your hand and start to um, remove, for example, some participant from the total value. Yes, so you can directly start working and describing your primary data, the results. The same, the frequency table of patients who got Ringer's line with the platafilin, which is 98%. They got these solutions, and only 3 patients they didn't get it, and these are the percentages. Yes, so with the non-parametrical, with parametrical statistics, we are done. We can now turn on to the ANOVA test. The ANOVA test, it is a huge test. There is one-way ANOVA test and two-way ANOVA test. We usually use the one-way ANOVA test. The ANOVA test is used to describe or used to the same as like the t-test, the student test, but in the t-test and the student test we saw that it is impossible to select more than group more than two choices, yes or no, village, city, male, female, only two choices. Yes, but in another test we can use or we can insert more than two choices. For these reasons, if we have more than two choices, we use the ANOVA test. It doesn't matter if it is parametric or non-parametric sample. Let us take an example on it. We take the what is it? Oh no no, the one on ANOVA. We select the variables. We select, for example, the total hospitalization days with the etiology, yes, and we check. We select the factor code, we select all factors, all the etiology, and we hit OK. Next, all effects graphic. I want to see on the graphic. Next, OK. We will wait the graph. The program will make for us the graphics automatically. Yes. So we can see that the mostly the acute cholecystitis, which is statistical not significant actually, but by naked eye we can see the chart shape. It is getting up and down. Yes, so in this manner. So approximately the mean it is 15 days. The total hospitalization days according to the etiology. But we can also take not only the etiology, I add for the summary. You can see the CR statistics. It is also interesting part. So you can see that the number of the patients who got gallstones, there are 37. The mean total hospitalization days of patients with gallstone, it is 15. So you also can describe this data. It is interesting data. I recommend you to describe it also. So you can say that the mean total hospitalization days of patients with gallstones is 15 and 32 days. So with the standard error, yes, the mean with the standard error, and you will get an interesting results. The so on for the other data, you can do the same. What we can take another example, close this one, take the age, for example, with the surgery, yes, with surgical treatment. There is multiple choices in surgical treatment. We select the coding factor, so we select all, go ahead and wait for the all effects graphs. Okay, and you will see the age with the codes. So you see that it is also statically not significant. The most common surgery, most commonly reported surgery, um, in age of approximately 85, the CDBD surgery is most frequently done for these patients for this age. But again, it is statistically not significant. We cannot say for more than 95%. Our statistically significant, it is 95%, 0.05. So it is statistically not significant. We can check another example. So we can see statistical significant results. Let us take the total hospitalization days with the surgical treatment. Selecting factor code. Okay, and we select all effects graphs. Okay, this is amazing. So it is statistically significant. There is a difference between the total hospitalization days of each surgery. So the most commonly, the longer hospitalization days is reported in the CDBD type of surgery. So it is statistically significant. We can say that these patients who passed or underwent the CDBD surgery, they have or they had longest hospitalization days, and also they maybe have a longer or maybe um, pre-hospitalization preparing, yes, pre-hospitalization, pre-surgery, sorry, pre-surgery, pre-surgical preparing. So this is the ANOVA test, and also we can use the summary and source statistics in the same manner, and also describe the data. For example, the EBST surgery patients who passed EBST surgery, there are 10. They have total hospitalization days 60. The standard error is 1. So we can also describe this. It is also interesting. There is 81 patients they treated or managed conservatively. Yes, they are treated without surgery. So these are interesting data that we can also prescribe when or describe when you're writing or research paper. Yes. The next test, it is the non-parametrical test. We will leave it to the next episode, the third episode. We will describe and we will talk about it. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.